Okay. All right. This is going to be a demonstration for getting started with your final portrait drawings that we'll work on for your project, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a 18 by 12 paper. So it's going to be obviously a little bit bigger than this paper here, just for the purposes of making the video and because of the camera that I'm using, I had to work on a smaller size. So, just kind of keep in mind that you guys are going to work on a much larger picture as you guys are working. Even before you get started with your portrait drawing, again, either take a picture of yourself or you can use the mirrors in the classroom, but make sure to have a nice reference to kind of refer back to with your drawing. So I'm going to be looking at this on the side as I'm working on this drawing today. Okay, and this video though, I'm just going to kind of go over like more of the materials, the thought process, and just like workflow with like finishing your project. So, if you need to see like demonstrations on like the Loomis method again, I'm probably not going to go in depth with that again. Okay. All right, so you're gonna have a couple of different materials to work with at your table, or you're gonna collect it from the blue table if you're on the work on the blue table as well. Okay, but you'll have the regular eraser to use. So you can use the white or this pink one. I think most of you guys will have the pink one though. You have this gray eraser here, so this is like a kneaded eraser. And then you're gonna have a couple of other charcoal materials as well. So you don't need to grab everything in the bag though, but I'm just gonna lay it out for you guys to look at. So we're gonna start off with this one right here. This is a vine charcoal. So it's very, very messy. It's a very powdery type of a charcoal. So if you never use like vine charcoal, this is like very light. Okay, just be really careful with it too, because it's really easy to break apart. So you want to be really gentle with this. If it does break, though, it's not a big deal. Just you can still use it if it's big. Then we have like this white chalk that you use for your highlights. This charcoal stick that you use for like the darker values. Okay, but I want to say like at least 80 to 70% of your drawing is probably going to be used with this fine charcoal. So, that's probably what you're going to use the most. As you can see, my hands are getting messy. So, just FYI though, your hands will get a bit messy when you guys are working. Okay, so I'm probably going to have you guys get some newspaper though to, keep your workstations a little bit cleaner. But for today though, I'm gonna put all this stuff in the bag. Okay, only thing you really need though is this vine charcoal and either or eraser here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, using the vine charcoal though, you're gonna use this as like kind of technically your pencil and your sketching. So one thing I really like about the vine charcoal is you can just kind of draw with it. Let me lower this contrast a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, like this vine charcoal here. So one thing I really like about the vine charcoal though, it's really easy to erase. So you could use like the regular eraser. Now I really like the kneaded eraser because this is actually perfect for like charcoal. You could use that as an eraser as well. The neat thing about the kneaded eraser though is it kind of gets rid of the little like what we call the little eraser shaving. So I usually like to use this as like my primary tool. So the thing about the kneaded eraser though is it gets messy. So they call it a kneaded eraser because you have to just kind of knead the eraser like this if you want to keep it clean. Okay, so I'm probably gonna buy more of these, but you have to kind of keep it clean as you are working with it. Okay. And if you can, though, if you notice it's like really tough, you can always knead it to make it softer. All right. But okay, so just get started with the drawing. So one thing I like about the vine charcoal though is you can hold it just like a pencil. It is very light. There is still marks that still show up though, so it's okay if it's not erased perfectly. But yeah, real important though when you start your drawing. So I don't really want to see like a small portrait in the middle like this, okay? Because some of you guys did your practice where your portrait was like about this size here. Okay, so that's a no-no if you're gonna do it that small. Okay, don't do it that small. All right. If you do it that small, erase it. Okay, one thing I like about the vine charcoal though is non-committal. Really easy to erase. Still shows up, it's not a big deal. Okay, you're gonna have to draw your heads much bigger. Okay, so probably the easiest way to draw the head though is, I would just kind of start off where the top of the head would be, and then where the bottom of the chin would be, and then just kind of just draw out where you would have like your head. Okay, so just remember we're starting off with a sphere, circle. Again, you want to take a look at your reference too. All right, so I'm going to draw this line right here. And then this is going to go in this direction here. And, we're just going to draw the sphere. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not trying to press too hard with the vine charcoal, but it is kind of showing up dark, though, so it's fine, though. You're just going to sketch out like what you guys did with, like, the luminous method before. Okay, so you're really just gonna primarily draw with this vine charcoal, capture what you need to capture with the drawing. And, again, just use the luminous method as like a way to just help you to get started. And you're just gonna draw what you see. My nose, eyes. I'm just really concerned about where my parts of the face are. I'm not really worried about details right now. So same formula as before. We're just not worried about too many of those things. Okay, so mouth here, chin, and if you need to make corrections as you work on it, just continue to make those corrections. I'm noticing the top of my head actually needs to be whoops. You can see like the vine charcoal just broke off like that. So not a big deal, just keep working. It's actually better if I work with a smaller stick here. Okay, but just let me know if you need more vine charcoal though, just because, really easy to break off. Okay, but try to get to where you were with day 1, day 2, just figure out where your eyes, nose, mouth will be. All right. And, just kind of sketch out where those things would be. So I usually like to just kind of, put things at angles. So I'm not worried about like sketching out the, like anything that's curved. So anything that's like, anything, what's it called? I don't really worry about curves. I'm just doing angles right now. I'm just drawing what I'm seeing here. And, not really concerned about details right now. Just trying to figure out where things need to go in my drawing. Okay, so now I just gotta work on my hair. So just remember the hair though. Not worried about the hairline. Again, I'm not worried about curves. I'm just trying to get general shapes down. Okay, and then we can always kind of clean up and correct things as we go along. All right. And then after you're at this point here, then you can just kind of erase and clean up things as you go along. So, I don't really need this part for luminous method no more. And one thing I really like about the vine charcoal though is it's really easy to erase, really easy to clean up. It's not going to get rid of everything perfectly. That's okay though. But just worry about just the drawing itself right now. And like I said before, I'm not concerned about how it looks right now, but I just want to make sure the angles, proportions, everything looks correct. So then when I move on to details, it's much easier. Okay, and you'll notice too when I'm, with the drawing that I did here, it's using most of the page. Okay, obviously my head's not like taking up the whole page, but it's like the majority of it. Okay, but your head should be about like this big. It can be a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. Either or is fine. Just don't have it like really tiny like I showed you guys in the beginning before. All right. Okay, but you can use both erasers. Like like I mentioned before, this gets really messy. So if it gets messy, you just need it. Probably by the time you guys are done with the project, though, this will be really messy, but that's okay. And then you can also use the this to clean up your hands too. So I also have some soap and water by the sink for you guys to clean your hands, but you can use this to clean your hands as well. Okay, and then kind of feel free to use this eraser too for like little details, but we'll kind of go over that later when we go a little bit further in the drawing. All right.